Midnight lights so burning bright. City pulse, I'm feeling right. Every heartbeat sinks in time to the rhythm in my mind. Electric, no denying. Stars above us multiplying. You pull me close, we start to rise. We're taking off into the sky. Feeling like vinyl round and round. Baseline shakes the underground. No control can slow me down. Flying high, don't touch the ground. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. In your orbit, I'm rotating. Feel at ease. We're generating, and we moving, breathing, intoxicated. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating.
Lights low, heartbeat sinking with the bass tonight. Caught your shadow moving in the neon light. Every step you take pulls me in a little more, like a rhythm I've been waiting for. You turn around and I lose control. Your touch is fire running through my soul. Didn't know I'd fall so fast, but it feels so true. There's a gravity to you, 'cause you move like the waves on a midnight shore. I keep coming back, wanting something more. Every heartbeat hits like deja vu. I'm caught in the gravity, gravity of you. Pulling me closer.
芝麻布丁。
I used to wait for someone to tell me where to go, chasing every heartbeat that never matched my own. I poured out all my colors on people who let them fade, but now I see the sunlight breaking through the shade, and I finally learned what freedom feels like, standing on my 2 feet with nothing left to hide. I can run my own rhythm. I can dance today.
You pull me in like gravity, so sweet. Every step we take, we fall in perfect beat.
When you're with me, the night begins to shine.
Feels like forever, standing on the line. Hold on, don't let go. We've got a rhythm only we know. If the world stops turning, stay in this moment. I'll be right here, loving you open. If forever never comes, it's still alright. 'Cause I'm yours, you're mine. Tonight we're alive.
If the sky falls down, I won't be afraid. As long as I'm with you, I'm safe.
So stay in this moment. Stay in this moment with me.
You make the colors brighter when you smile. Turn the simple things to magic for a while.
Every heartbeat writes a song we can't deny.
A melody